per month. And you're not going to be able to live off of 2,000 per month by the time we get old. This is a setup. So I'm saying use 401k as a saving mechanism. Don't use it as this is going to be the end all when I get out of here. I'm going to use my 401k and I'm going to be okay. No, you're not. Yo, 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 you already know what it is. Your boy Ronald West, and you're watching Ronald West TV. Today, I'm just looking up and just to see exactly how much money. Let me just put this on the screen. How much money do you need to retire, like to make $2,000 a month? Let's just say, how much money in your 401k do you need to retire to make $2,000 a month? Because to me, I think that's the average, but maybe below average salary. It's about 2,000 and some change a month. I just want to see because I'm curious. First and foremost, let's just start off with that. From all the research that I've done, let me just solo lay out real quick. From all the research that I've done, the 401k was designed so that poor people can get into the stock market. So that's the first thing that you need to know. It wasn't designed for your every 9 to 5 worker for them to be taking money out. So my thing is, if you got money in your 401k, you need to spend that shit now on yourself, on your education, on an asset, anything. But don't leave it in the 401k because you're not going to be able to survive off of that. You know, I took out money in my 401k when it just reached $6,000. You know, my first investment was $5,225. I turned that into 300 grand. So that was I wouldn't say it was easy, but I went driving for dollars. I found a real estate investment property that was about 50% below value. Put tenants in it, and just excelled from there right off the back. As soon as the tenants got in it, the value was up because it wasn't dilapidated property anymore. But 401k wouldn't have done that for me. You take out the mortgage and what I can make off of one property is way more than what somebody's going to make with their 401k. I remember one time a friend of mine at the job showed me his 401k. He had about 20 grand in it, and I think he was in his 40s. And in my head, I'm like, that sound good initially when I looked at it, like, oh, okay, because I'm a good with money, but I couldn't save money for the life of me. So all of the saving money stuff, I don't have any tactics on saving money unless you have a spouse. And then I would say, all right, try to see if you guys can live off of one income for the whole year and then take a yearly salary and put it towards an investment or something like that. But the way I did it, I just took from the 401k and invested in fixing my credit first, and then I found the property that was dilapidated, multifamily, 50% under the market value, and at this point, it's even more as far as I got $150,000 mortgage on a $500,000 house, pretty much. So, and I did that times two. And no 401k is going to do that for you. I didn't think so. Like when I saw my boys 20 grand, that looks like shit now. Now that I think about it, it looks like crap. That's not anything. You're not going to be able to live off of that. And now this is what I want to look up is how much do you need to have in your 401k so you can make at least $2,000 a month as an old fart. I'm saying that because I'm pretty sure no old people are watching this like that. But how much could you make if you left your money in 401k? How much does it take for you to make at least 2 grand a month, which is not enough to live off of after you get older with medical expenses and stuff like that? What I'm trying to do is just get people that's in 9 to 5 jobs to understand, like, yo, you can take that money out of your 401k and invest it in schooling, invest it in your future, invest it in an asset. You know, don't buy a liability. Don't go buy a car. Don't go buy your house because that's a liability, especially if it's not paying you back. Go put it inside of an asset. That's what I'm saying. And let me get to it because I'm just long winded right now, but I know for a fact that the amount of money that you have to have in that 401k to make $2,000 a month when you retire is a lot more than we think. And like I said, to the 40-year-old that showed me his 401k years ago, he had 20 grand in it. And if I would just like to calculate how much he probably would have now if he stayed with the company, that's another thing. And then he wound up leaving the company. So he had to roll that over. If he stayed with the company, it'd probably be at maybe 55 grand. But leaving 55 grand in your 401k and then getting fired, there's no way you're going to be able to live off of that. So the deal is I use 401k as a saving opportunity. Like using my bank as a savings, that wasn't going to work for me. That wasn't going to work. I know I had so many bills to pay. The money comes in, it goes out. I don't care about that little savings account you got there, the way to save all that. You have access to it, it ain't savings. That's how I look at it. So the 401k you don't have immediate access to. So it's an excellent saving tool, but I don't think it's a tool that you should use as far as longevity. I think that's going to help you prosper later on in life because with inflation, prices are going up. Like I said, let me just look this up real quick. I want to see how much do you have in your 401k when you retire to make at least, I mean, this is terrible, $2,500 a month. And that's terrible. You mean to tell me you're getting older and you're gonna have to make less than what you're making? Like that's terrible. 401k sucks, and I'm just proving it right now. So let me see. Let's see. Let's share the screen with you. I want to share the screen with you. So here go right here. Let me share the screen. Okay, let me do it this way. Okay. What was the 401k originally designed for? Let's start with that. Section 401 was originally intended by lawmakers to limit companies creating tax advantage profit sharing plans that mostly benefit executives according to ICI. Basically, executive that mostly benefited rich people. This is not for poor people. This is not for your 9 to 5 people. They just giving them an opportunity to be in it, making it seems like it's a big deal. And then when you're 70 years old, you realize you have what? Let's say what happens if you have how much can if you have $100,000 in your 401k, how much would that be a month as you retire? Will you have enough to retire? Here we go. 401k calculator. How much do I need in 401k to get 2,000 a month? You need to save at least $480,000 before retirement if you want 2,000 per month. The math was done. The math is done. It's right here. I just wanted to ask 401k. If I have 100,000 in 401k, how much is that when I retire? And basically, it's shit. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It's shit. This says, according to April 14th, 2022, you need to have at least $480,000 before retirement if you want 2,000 per month. And you're not going to be able to live off of 2,000 per month by the time we get old. This is a setup. So I'm saying use 401k as a saving mechanism. Don't use it as this is going to be the end all when I get out of here. I'm going to use my 401k and I'm going to be okay. No, you're not. You're going to be older, you're going to have medical expenses, and for a lot of people that are working and don't have time for themselves, you're not going to the gym, you're not fit, so your health is going to be diminished by the time you get to that age. And to have 480,000, that's not going to happen. This guy was 40 years old, mid 40s actually. He was in mid 40s and he was showing me 20 grand and he was saying how he was impressed with how much he was putting in his 401k. Do you know how much you need to put in your 401k to make 480 have $480,000 in there just to get $2,000 per month, which is still not going to be good? I took out $5,225 and I make more than 2,000 a month with one property. So I just don't see the point of keeping your money inside a 401k unless you're saving it for something else, using it as a saving avenue for something else. So that's just that $1,000 a month retirement saving rule of thumb. No, we don't need to know about that. So that's not working. That's not a good idea. If your strategy is to use 401k, that's not the best idea. I say quit the 401k. Find exactly what it is that you like to do. Find out what it is you like to do. Find out if there's money to be made in that type of atmosphere or in that avenue. Then you do the research, you read about it, you educate yourself, and then you take your money and you have to have a risk. You have to be able to risk. This is only for risk takers, to be honest with you. And the risk you're taking is on yourself. A calculated guess, an educated guess, but the risk is on yourself. That's it. Because I'm clearly showing you if you don't plan on putting more money into your 401k, maybe for most people, half your check to get to that $480,000 by the time you're 75 or whatever the case is, just to make $2,000 a month, that doesn't sound like a good deal to me. It doesn't sound like a good deal to me. And for some people, it would be okay. If you're the type of person that doesn't have much ambition, you're a yes man, you can listen, you can pretty much work your way up by kissing ass, then this might work for you until you retire. That's my point. Until you retire. Because you're not going to be able to make live off of 2 grand a month, especially if you want a big apartment or a house. I'm gonna tell you right now, the rentals are way more than that. They're gonna be way more than that. So I knew that was a setup. So there was no money in the 401k. I got fired. I'd have nothing, nothing in the 401k. I didn't need it. I should have been fired a long time ago. But this is very important. So all you 401k cats, I hope this triggers you a little bit because it is a known fact the 401k was made so that people who aren't rich can get inside of the stock market and take risks with their money. Just think about it right now. How many family members, how many people do you know, how many older people you talk to, when you see people living affluently, when you see them driving nice cars and nice houses, how many of them tell you, "Oh, this is all off my 401k?" If you can answer that question, holler at me. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you like these type of videos, and let me know how many affluent people are living off their 401k.